Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna make this pan de muerto, which is commonly made around November, the first days of November. This bread is to put on the altar of the dead people. Some traditions we have here in Mexico. But anyway, I'm making this video as a voiceover because a lot of people are requesting that I keep posting recipes. So they left me a comment on my Spanish channel that they really want me to translate this wonderful recipe. So I'm just gonna make it like that and see how this goes. And if you guys liked it the way it is, I will be posting some more just with the voice over. Okay, so we're also gonna make these cupcakes too that are on the screen, and I hope you guys liked it. Here is all the ingredients we are going to need. I will leave you a list by the end of this video. We're gonna need 9 cups of flour, all-purpose flour, 1 1/3 cups of sugar, around 1/3 of a cup of orange juice, or you can also use 1/3 of a cup of milk. We also need 9 eggs, large eggs, the zest of 1 orange, sweet orange if you can, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, about 2 teaspoons of salt, 3 tablespoons of dry yeast, and this is going to be hard to find, but I know they sell it in Amazon. 1 teaspoon of agua de azahar. I will leave you the link on the description so that you guys can order it. It's some essence of flowers from the orange and lemon trees. Okay, we are going to need 4 sticks of unsalted butter. And the stuff that I have here, we're going to need sesame seeds, half of stick of butter, half a cup of white sugar. This is going to be to cover our final bread, and some cupcake liners to make these cupcakes that a lot of people are making, and 1 whole egg to brush our bread. And this is the stuff we're gonna need: trays, parchment paper, brush, everything that is needed to make bread. Okay, so first we're going to hydrate our yeast. I am going to mix the yeast here in the orange juice, but if you ask me, I really prefer to hydrate it in milk. But when I was making the video, I ran out of milk and I couldn't run out to the store and get it, okay? Because I was in a rush. So either way, it's going to work with orange juice or with milk, but I rather prefer you guys use milk if you have. I am going to give you a brief description on how you can knead this by hand. Sift your flour, place the salt into the sides of the flour, and the rest of the ingredients, everything else, is going to go in the middle of the flour like I am doing right now. This is from another recipe, but it's just to give you a description on how you can make this. You just mix everything up. The only thing you should never do when you are making bread is mixing the salt with the yeast. You should never ever do that. That's why we always put the salt into the sides when we are making bread. Okay, so mix everything up and knead it until your dough is ready. But I will skip this step and make this in the machine because this dough is going to require a lot of kneading, probably a half hour of kneading. So that's why I'm going to make it in the machine. So here in the bowl, I will place the butter, the 4 sticks of butter, and the sugar with the paddle attachment. We're gonna mix these two together just to start. And I will be adding the cinnamon, dry cinnamon, everything will be added to this mixture little by little, okay? The thing we're going to add into the end is going to be the flour. We're going to add the salt, the orange zest. So what we want right now is to cream this mixture, because we really need the butter to get really soft, okay? Because as I said, we're going to add the flour into the end. The eggs, we are going to add them one by one, okay? You don't want to add all the eggs at the same time, okay? Remember that baking requires a lot of patience. So after you added all the eggs, we're gonna add the yeast that we mix with the milk or with the orange juice, and then we're gonna add the agua de azahar, which is azahar essence. And as I said before, we're gonna add all of the flour, and we're going to change our attachment to this hook attachment that is for kneading bread. And this is gonna take also time. Even the machine is gonna work a lot. This has been here for about 5 minutes, and I'm gonna test it to see if it's ready, and it's not. As you can tell, the dough is ripping apart. So it's gonna need probably another 10 or 20 minutes of kneading, okay? With the 9 cups that I give you, is gonna be the perfect size for this. So after about 10-20 minutes of kneading in the machine, I'm gonna give it another test, okay? You should be able to stretch your dough and not break apart. As you can see here, it's very stretchy. So this dough is perfect right now so that we can use it, okay? So we're gonna place it here into the counter, and we're gonna give it another 2 or 3 minutes of kneading, because if you stretch it and it's still breaking apart, so this means it needs a little bit more kneading by hand. And just knead it 2 or 3 minutes and it's going to be ready. This dough is very soft and it's not sticking anywhere. So we're going to place it in a plastic container with a little bit of oil so that it does not stick into the container, and place a little bit of plastic wrap or a towel. You can do that too, but I like to use plastic wrap. We're going to leave this in a warm place and leave it until it doubles in size, okay? It's been about 1 hour and a half, and this has doubled the size, and we're going to be ready to shape this. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to try to take most of the air out. So just press it or squeeze it, and just so that all the air that is into this dough gets out. And we're going to weight this. We're going to make 2 sizes, a small and big, because the small ones are going to be for the cupcakes. The big ones are going to weigh 100 grams or 3.5 ounces, and the small ones are going to weigh 50 grams or 1.7 ounces. So I'm going to do weight most of it, and I'm going to reserve a little bit of the dough, because with those 2 big bowls that you see on the right side, these ones are going to be used for the bones of this bread, okay? Because this represent bones, sort of. That is why the name of Day of the Dead. So it's just a thing we have here in Mexico. So I'm going to cover this small ones that I put aside for the cupcakes. So first, we can make 2 different shapes, okay? The first shape that we're going to do is just round bowls like this. Just move your hands like in a circle form, circle shape, and we're gonna make small circles. And the second is that you're also going to make your circles, but you are going to make sort of like a volcano shape like this. Just press down and leave sort of like a circle in the middle like this. So it's going to be two different ways of making this bread. I actually prefer this method because for me it's kind of easier to put the bones, as I said, in later. So however you want to do it, if you just want to make circles or you want to press them, however you want. So to make the bones of this bread, we're gonna take a small portion of dough and squeeze it like this so that we can make this shape. Um, Here in Mexico, as I said, they call it bones because that is what they represent, okay? The bones of the dead or something like that. So just make sort of like a T shape like this. You can use 2 or even 3 of those shapes to the bread, but I prefer to use just 2. For the middle, we're gonna make sort of like a teardrop shape. We're gonna press the center and just place it there. If you like, you can also use a little bit of egg wash so that the round circle stays in place and it does not move, however you want to do it. I'm going to repeat the same thing with all these and I will come back later. For the cupcakes, we're just going to do simple circles, just like that. Very easy. So these weight 50 grams or 1.7 ounces. Just shape them into a circle and place them into the paper liner. Okay, that is as simple as that. And we're going to repeat the same thing that we did with the other breads. We're going to place the bones here. So just press really hard, make a sort of like a cylinder, and then repeat the same thing, cut it and place it on top of the liners. And this is going to look a little strange at the beginning because we are working with the paper liners. So your bones are going to go very high and they have to go over the paper liner. But as they rise and as they cook, they're gonna be perfect. So they're gonna look weird, like I said, going out of the liner and all that, but that is no problem later. Make the tear drop shape and squeeze it here with your fingers, and that is it. You can use egg wash if you like. I rather not use it. For the other ones that we just make circles, you really need to use this time egg wash because this shape it's a little bit hard to work with. So make a cross here, sort of like a cross shape, and place your bones. So for this shape, I really suggest you really use the egg wash because the shape is a little bit hard to work with, and when you move it around, they're gonna fall out of the bread. So the egg is going to help them stay in place. When you finish shaping them, place them in a place where as an example here, I place them in a bag with the glass so that when as they proof, they shouldn't touch the bag because then they stick to it. Another way would be having a rack covered and everything, but I don't have it, so that's why I use this method. Just being careful so that the bags do not touch the bread because then when they proof, they stick to it. So when they proof, they're gonna take probably 1 hour. We're going to place some egg wash into them. I'm just going to put egg wash into half of them, so 6. The ones that are gonna have the egg wash are gonna be for the sesame seeds one. The other half we're not gonna put anything because It's another different kind of bread that has sugar. You will see that later. The oven is hot right now. It's in 180 degrees Celsius and 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Cook them for 20 to 25 minutes, and this is going to be the result for the cupcake ones. Oh, they look very pretty. For the other ones, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to egg wash just 6 of them, and the other 4 I'm not going to put anything to them. So the ones that have the egg wash are going to be for the sesame seed ones, and the other ones are going to be for the sugar ones. So don't put anything to them. You will see in the end what we are going to do with them. So place them into the oven, same thing, 180 Celsius and 350 Fahrenheit. But these are going to take longer to cook, 25 to 30 minutes, okay? And this is the result. They look very pretty, and if you guys taste this bread, you guys are gonna fall in love with it. The azahar essence gives them another level of flavor. It's very delicious, and I really encourage you guys to bake this at home so that you can taste a little bit of our country. So for the ones that we did not put nothing into them, we're going to melt the half stick of butter and brush them with the butter. I put it in the microwave just probably 30 seconds so that it melts. And try to go all of them first with the butter, and by the end you add the sugar because it's kind of better. If you put them right now straight into the sugar, it's going to get kind of messy. So just wait 2 or 3 minutes until you will actually see it. As you can see this right now, it doesn't shine too much because the bread sort of sucks the butter a little, so it's better to wait when it's not too shiny. And just place the sugar on top, and that is it, guys. Take the excess off, and the sugar ones are ready, and they are very nicely cooked and everything. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Me and my husband are going to taste this wonderful bread as we do on our Spanish channel, which has always have been the main channel since I started. And I know you guys are going to deserve this. If you have someone that you love, I don't know, boyfriend, wife, and you make this for them, they're really going to fall in love with you because of these flavors we can never forget from our country, okay? As soon as they taste it, they are going to know where this come from. And I really hope you guys like this voiceover video, as someone requested on the Spanish channel. Actually, a lot of you have been requesting it, so just leave me your comments and see what you think of this. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, wonderful weekend, and I will try to see you on another video. Okay, so I'm gonna break this apart so that you can see the inside. It's very nicely done, very fluffy and really nicely done. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave your comment, rate this video, subscribe, and if you guys want to help me out, share this with your friends on your Facebook or in any of the social media. Have a wonderful day and see you next time. Bye.